It has been dispensed with. Excellent. File item 76, Senator Cannella. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 157 by Senator Cannella relative to June Dairy Month.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, I rise today to present SCR 157, which proclaims the month of June as Dairy Month in California. June Dairy Month, originally known as National Milk Month, has been an annual tradition since 1937, celebrating the contributions of the dairy industry to the economy and diet of the American people. California has about 1,500 dairy farms, 99% of which are family-owned and who have weathered regulatory, environmental, and market challenges. These families have made California the top dairy-producing state since 1993, when California surpassed the state of Wisconsin in milk production. More than 1/5 of the nation's total milk production comes from the state. The California dairy industry provides the state with 189,000 jobs, with 55,000 directly related to milk production and processing. As California's #1 agricultural commodity, the dairy industry produced $7.6 billion in annual retail sales in 2014. California's dairy industry has also been a leader in environmental stewardship, increasing average crop yields by more than 40% while reducing water use by 23% since the 1980s. The number of dairy cows has decreased by 16 million since 1944, while milk production has increased. In fact, it takes 2 cows from Mexico or 10 cows from India to produce the same amount of milk as 1 cow from the United States. These production efficiencies have been critical in reducing GHG and methane emissions from the dairy production. With that, I ask for your continuous support of California's dairy industry and SCR 157.
Thank you, Senator Cannella. Members under discussion and debate, Senator Nielsen.
Madam President and ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, indeed I rise in support and I welcome your aye vote. I speak as a former dairyman who grew up milking cows. And I welcome the yes votes, but I ask you to do rather more than that today, ladies and gentlemen. As you recognize the dairy industry, put some other efforts behind it, for in this state we are losing dozens of dairies every year, leaving the state because of the regulatory burdens imposed on them by the agencies of this state. Just last week, I heard a tragic example of a dairy in California in the Central Valley driven to bankruptcy by the regulatory authority, a regulatory authority of this state, driven to bankruptcy. In this very budget, this legislature is authorizing agencies more power to impose fees on industries, including the dairy industry. It's going to make it harder for them. Our regional boards exercising their powers. It can be incumbent on us to be helpful. And how? Through our committees and through the budget, to be admonishing these agencies to work with the dairy industry, to solve some of the problems these agencies see that they would like to have taken care of, rather than the oppressive powers of their agency, and raising the fees and fining, but rather to work with the dairy industry so that we can preserve this industry rather than harm and drive it out of the state. So yes, let's acknowledge Dairy Month, but let's also acknowledge that the state of California is not being friendly to our dairies.
Thank you, Senator Nielsen. Senator Morlock.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise in support of SCR 157. I, too, lived on a dairy in a Dutch community, which consisted of cities like Artesia, Norwalk, Bellflower, Paramount. In fact, La Palma was known as Dairyland. Cerritos was known as Dairy Valley, and Cypress was known as Dairy City. If I may, those are all now in the district of Senator Mendoza. But a lot of these dairies were bought out for urban development, and they mostly moved to the district of the president, to Chino. So I rise in support. Having lived on a dairy, I too know the smell of money. So it is great to support this resolution. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Morlock. Senator Gaines?
I rise in support of this resolution and thank the good senator from Ceres for bringing it forward. And I just want to express my support for local milk and how important that is, and the threat that exists in California as a result of regulation that in many cases has shut down the small family dairies. And so whatever we can do to encourage them and help them within this legislative body. I'm a huge chocolate chip cookie fan, and especially with walnuts from my brother's ranch. But you can't have chocolate chip cookies without a good cold glass of milk. So I rise in support. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Gaines. Senator Lara?
Thank you, Madam President. I also rise in strong support of SCR 157 and recognize the tremendous economic impact that our dairy industry has had and continues to have in California, and to also recognize the environmental advancements that they've made to be able to ensure that we have, some of the cleanest and most efficient dairies in California. Just as we continue to have these discussions about the critical use of our GGRF funds, to understand as a body that we as California need to truly invest resources and put our own skin in the game to ensure that if we want our dairies to continue to function and continue to reduce methane, that we do our part to ensure that we give them the resources they need to succeed. And so with that, I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Lara. Senator Cannella, would you like to close?
Ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? Aye. Bates? Aye. Bell? Aye. Berryhill? Aye. Block? Aye. Cannella? Aye. De Leon? Aye. Fuller? Aye. Gaines? Aye. Gaggiani? Glazer? Aye. Hall? Hancock? Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Aye. Hueso? Aye. Huff? Aye. Jackson? Aye. Lara? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leva? Aye. Liu? Aye. McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? Aye. Morrell? Aye. Wynn? Nilsson? Aye. Pan? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Roth? Aye. Runner? Stone? Aye. Vidak? Aye. Wykowski? Aye. Wolk? Hall? Aye.
Please call the absent members.
Hancock? Aye. Galgiani? Aye. Wynn? Aye.
Ayes 38, no 0. The measure passes. File item 77, Senator Lara. Mr. Secretary, please read file item 77.
Senate Bill 1187 by Senator Lara, enacting to the payment of claims against the state, making an appropriation therefore, and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Lara.
Thank you, Madam President and members. SB 1187 is one of the bills carried by the chairs of appropriations committees each year to provide appropriation authority for legal settlements approved by the DOJ and the Department of Finance. This urgency measure appropriates $235,000 from the general fund to pay a negotiated settlement in the case of Bayona Wetlands Land Trust versus Santa Monica Bay Restoration Commission. This claim is time sensitive as daily interest is accruing until payment is made, and both the Attorney General and the Department of Finance agree that the payment of this claim is in the state's best interest. This bill has enjoyed unanimous bipartisan support in Appropriations Committee. Members, again, just to reiterate and clarify, it's $400,000.
Thank you, Senator Lara. Members, is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? No. Bates? Aye. Bell? Berryhill? Aye. Block? Aye. Cannella? Aye. De Leon? Aye. Fuller? Gaines? Aye. Gaggiani? Glazer? Hall? Hancock. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk.
Please call the absent members.
Glazer, aye. Hall, aye. Bell. Fuller. Galgioni. Aye. Hancock. Huff. Leno. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. No. Nielsen. No. Runner. Wolk.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Ayes 29.
Hancock,
five-
aye.
Not a problem. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Ayes 30, noes 5 on the urgency. Ayes 30, noes 5 on the measure. Measure passes. Members, we are going to move to governor's appointments. Senator De Leon. File item 58, members.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, we have file item number 58. We have Mark J. Farron. This is CAISO, the California Independent System Operating Governing Board. We had a very long, very extensive, very comprehensive Rules Committee hearing yesterday. Without a doubt, he's very smart. He's a very capable economist, former member of the PUC as well. He answered many extensive questions. There's many unanswered questions still, as of yet, with regards to the potential regionalization of the grid for the entire western portion of the United States. That would include CAISO and obviously the largest, or at least geographically largest investor-owned utility, PacifiCorp, that has the rest of the western nation of the United States. I won't get into the many of the arcane details of yesterday's rules hearing, but without a doubt, he is a very capable, he's a very smart individual. He's well experienced as a former investment banker for Deutsche Bank in London, and also a trained economist. But again, this is an issue that we will be grappling sooner rather than later on the issue of regionalization. I'll stay neutral based on my position, but I do request a bipartisan vote for this individual who passed on a bipartisan vote. With that, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator De Leon. Members, is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Cannella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. Aye. Galgioni. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk.
Please call the absent members.
Bell. Aye. Block. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Leno. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Morlock. No. Nielsen. No. Runner. Wolk. Fuller. Aye to no.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Ayes 29, noes 0. The governor's 9. Excuse me. Ayes 29, noes 9. Measure passes. The governor's appointment is confirmed. Members, we will be going to Assembly third reading. We are finishing up the file. The supplemental file will be out shortly. Members, while we're waiting for that additional file, the supplemental file, we will go to motions and resolutions, and this would be the appropriate time to do adjourn in memories. If anyone has an adjourn in memory, Senator Allen.
Madam President, today I wanted to ask the House to adjourn in memory of Simon Ramo, who was a visionary and remarkable Californian who passed away in Santa Monica early this week, at the age of 103. But the fact that Mr. Ramo lived for over a century is a capstone to a lifetime fulfilled with pioneering accomplishments. He was one of America's greatest scientists of the 20th century. Through much of the century, he helped to build and shepherd California and the South Bay's nascent aerospace industry into the intellectual powerhouse of discovery and engineering that it is today. Born to Jewish immigrant parents in Salt Lake City, after earning his PhD from Caltech, Mr. Ramo went to work at General Electric, where he helped to develop the electron microscope. After World War II, he took a job working for Howard Hughes, but within a decade, he co-founded a competing company, TRW. He was the R in TRW, a firm which grew to employ over 100,000 workers before its acquisition by Northrop Grumman. Over his lifetime, Mr. Ramo was also a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, who appeared on the cover of Time magazine, an advisor to Presidents Eisenhower and several other presidents. He was chairman of President Ford's Advisory Committee on Science and Technology. He was a science advisor to China under President Reagan. The co-founder of a company which produced the very first version of the NASDAQ system. He was also an author and co-author of 62 books, including a guide that applied Machiavellian strategy to the game of tennis, and a book about modern warfare. He competed at the age of 99, entitled Let the Robots Do the Dying. He was also one of the very oldest people ever in the history of the United States to receive a patent at the ripe age of 100. Mr. Ramo helped to design some of the most important missile technology and defense technology that helped keep our nation competitive during the Cold War. He was a visionary. He played a critical role in the development of the aerospace industry in the South Bay. And he also happens to be the father of a good friend of mine, Jim Ramo, who served on a nonprofit board that I helped to get started. And so it's with great gratitude as an American, as a Californian, as a representative of the West Side and the South Bay, that I ask that we adjourn in memory of Mr. Ramo, a great American who helped to keep us safe, and a great scientist as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Allen. Please make sure you bring his name forward so he can be properly memorialized. Senator Lara, for what purpose do you rise?
For the purpose of adjourn in memory.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam President and members. I rise to adjourn in the memory of Long Beach Police Department K-9 Credo, who was fatally wounded in an officer-involved shooting in Long Beach on Tuesday. Credo served in the Long Beach Police Department for 2 years, working in the narcotics and on patrol. He was involved in more than 30 apprehensions during his service. More than 30 Long Beach police officers were joined by members of our local community on Tuesday, lining the street outside the veterinarian clinic to pay respects to Credo and to offer condolences to his handler, Officer Mike Parcells. These police canines do an incredible job, members, putting their lives literally on the line every day to protect their fellow officers and the public. We appreciate Credo's service to the department and to the community, and I ask the Senate to join me in adjourning in his memory today. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Lara. Senator Mendoza, for what purpose do you rise?
Madam President, for adjourning memory.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, I'm here to adjourn in memory for Dr. Irvin Moskowitz. As the ninth member of 13 children, Dr. Irvin Moskowitz was born in 1928 in New York to a Polish immigrant parents. His family soon moved to Milwaukee, where he grew up in a poor, closed-in neighborhood where education was highly emphasized. In 1946, he entered the University of Wisconsin, where he received the Phi Beta Sigma Scholarship Award for academic excellence. After receiving his bachelor's degree in medicine in 1949, Dr. Moskowitz began practicing medicine in Long Beach in 1953. Focused and ambitious, Dr. Moskowitz transformed his career as a physician into an entrepreneurial career, building and managing hospitals. In 1968, Dr. Moskowitz' considerable business success enabled him to establish his charitable organization funded solely by his personal contributions. In 1988, the City of Hawaiian Gardens in my Senate district gave approval to the Irvin Moskowitz Foundation to operate the Bingo Club as a charitable nonprofit organization. Thus began the unique relationship with the City of Hawaiian Gardens, and eventually the Irvin Foundation founded the Hawaiian Gardens Food Bank and later the Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Dr. Moskowitz dedicated his life to his family and his philanthropic calling of supporting life-enhancing activities. Dr. Moskowitz and his wife, Cherna, recently celebrated their 62nd wedding anniversary. They have been blessed with 8 children, 42 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. I respectfully ask to adjourn in his memory.
Thank you, Senator Mendoza. Please make sure to bring his name forward. Members, I'm going to bring your attention to Senate Supplemental File Number 1, which should be in front of you at this time. We are going to start with File Item 308, Senator Jackson. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 894 by Senator Jackson, enacting to firearms.
Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Madam President and colleagues. SB 894 will strengthen our gun laws by requiring a person to report the theft or loss of a firearm within 5 days that the person knew or should have known, or should have reasonably known, I want to emphasize that their firearm has been lost or stolen. It would provide a first and second offense as punishable by an infraction, and that a third or subsequent offense would be punishable by a misdemeanor. The bill is back on concurrence. Chaptering out amendments were taken in the Assembly. We also amended the bill to remove the penalty for filing a false report of a lost or stolen gun. It is already a misdemeanor under current law. The bill is supported by numerous organizations, including the California chapters of the Brady Campaign and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. I respectfully ask for an aye vote on these amendments on concurrence.
Thank you, Senator Jackson. Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Anderson? No. Bates? Bell? Berryhill? Block? Aye. Canella? No. De Leon? Aye. Fuller? No. Gaines? Galgioni? Glazer? Hall? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Wesso? Huff? No. Jackson? Lada? Leno? Aye. Leva? Aye. Liu? Aye. McGuire? Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Monning? Aye. Morlock? No. Morrell? No. Wynn? No. Nielsen? No. Pan? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Roth? No. Runner? Stone? No. Vidak? No. Wykowski? Aye. Wolk? Allen, aye. Gaines, no.
Senator Jackson moves to call. File item 309,